Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, real quick before we get into the show today, I want y'all to come in. If you're jumping in on the YouTube side, drop a like, drop a share. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 5K. If you're on TikTok side, tap that screen. Tap that screen. Make sure you repost it. Long post, long hold on the screen, and then click repost so it can repost on TikTok. That way we get our viewership up over there. And if you're on Facebook, share, drop a reaction. We got some player ratings. We got some player ratings again. We jumped back into that conversation. I know before we went and had to go after training, we were doing our player ratings. We did the quarterback group. But today we're going to jump into running backs and linebackers. I want y'all to jump in the conversation. We're going to take our time, man. We're trying to get a few things established on the network before we kick off our regularly scheduled morning show. We got some call-ins. We got some voicemails we might be able to react to before we get off the show today. So we want to try to get a good hour and a half of interaction. So while we're loading up, while we're getting this intro started, I want you all to come in, get settled in, bring your coffee. I got my coffee this morning, man. Had to bring out the silver off-season cup. So we're going to get that in. Tap the screen when you pull up on the TikTok side, and then also on Facebook side, provide your reactions. And as you come in, we'll acknowledge you. We will have live interactive chat, reactions, comments, dropping your reactions to these player ratings. We got our running backs, a very talented running back room that I want to discuss. And then the linebackers, we didn't do edge and inside. We didn't do edge and inside linebackers separate. We did all linebackers together. So I know y'all want to be excited to be here and be excited about that conversation because that linebacker room is super talented. So we're going to get into it. Alabama fans, we got off-season talk, man, here on the Coach Smook Network. Somebody type it in the chat. Somebody say it. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Jordan, let's go, man.
That's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you're a fair weather fan. They tried to box me in, and I keep it though off the frame. Turn the pressure into power. Put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach. In the game. Put me in the game, coach. That's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach. In the game. Put me in the game, coach. That's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. Them boys over there. Look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. What's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it. Appreciate y'all for pulling up this morning. Somebody say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Here for another episode of Chatting with Coach Smook on the Coach Smook Network, y'all. Hey, I appreciate y'all for supporting, man. We are going through a few changes as far as the network. We got a lot of personalities going to be pulling up this season. And we're going to be covering real closely Alabama State University. We're going to get back into our SWAC coverage, our HBCU coverage. Man, I'm excited about that one. I'm telling y'all know your boy love band. I was in the band for a short amount of time during high school. I'm a musician now, so y'all know that the SWAC and the HBCU atmosphere is definitely something that I gravitate to so easily. So we transition to that side smooth, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for pulling up today. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta do something. I'm gonna reset my camera real quick. Looks like I'm getting a slight lag. Hold on 1 second. Feel like I'm getting there's a slight lag. Let's make sure we're good. All right, I think we're good now. Okay, there we go. Now we're better. Woo! Okay, appreciate y'all for the bearing with us. All right, today, like I said, today's conversation, we're going to get into it today. I'm not going to waste a lot of time trying to do an intro and everything. We started this conversation a couple weeks ago. We were breaking down the quarterback room, talking about how we rated them on a star scale. 1 star being, needed some work, not very skilled in that position or that specific rating, right? That specific skill set, and 5 stars being, very good in that and top notch. So we're going to get back into that conversation. I think it was fun. We saw a lot of reactions, post live comments, and people were very excited about. We're in agreement with a lot of the ratings that we had, especially between Austin Mack and Keelan Russ. I think I was pretty fair and unbiased with both of those breakdowns of those quarterbacks. If you want to go and see it, we have the live on the page on the channel. You can see the first player ratings, episode 1. This right here is episode 2. We'll be breaking down our running backs and our linebackers, 2 positions that I think have an opportunity to really solidify their impact as far as the Kalen DeBoer era. And when I say impact, I think Kalen DeBoer thus far, with the 2 years that we've seen Alabama be under this staff, I think Kalen DeBoer has the quarterback situation, he's handled it, right? We've yet to see the ultimate Kalen DeBoer style quarterback. Wide receivers, we've seen flashes of what type of wide receiver skill set is going to shine in this offense, and that's multiple skill sets. You see the big body receiver starting to be a prime target and be a prime attraction for this. I'm gonna kill that fly for this staff. And so we look at it now. I'm looking for the running backs to emerge to see what their skill set brings to this offensive style, to this skill set we have yet to see or recollect a 1,000-yard impact running back in this system. And I think when you get the type of talent that you have from roster at Alabama, you got to see something. You have to at some point see something emerge, and I think this is the year to see it. And so we're going to break down the running backs. We're going to rate those, and then also on the other side, what have we been missing on the defensive side when it comes to Kane Womack and his 4-2-5 scheme, his vision react coverage on the back end with the linebackers having a lot of responsibility. We have yet to see a complete body of work from the inside linebacker room, and I would argue that we have yet to see the edge rush, the pass rush release at its full capacity because of the way that the transition has been happening with the inside linebackers. So today we're going to rate the inside linebackers and talk about how these skill sets should be able to give us the ultimate form and view of what we're going to see with our defensive side. So you got these things running today. I hope y'all excited to get into the conversation. Hey, Jordan, real quick, before we get into the show, let's give these people an opportunity to join the AAA family. We have done a great job in maintaining our membership. I appreciate y'all for supporting the Coach Smook Network. Y'all just don't know. It's been a crazy month and a half. We've been doing some transition things. We've been looking at opportunities to collab. And so for you all to continue to just willingly, voluntarily become members and support the Coach Smook Network and help us continue to grow. We've been staying over 100 total members for about 7 or 8 months straight now. So I want to give you all your kudos and your flowers now while we are still here, because once the season gets here, you all know how it gets. And we're going to have a lot of insight and in-depth coverage. We're integrating a new community of fans with the Alabama State and the HBCU community. So it's about to get real spicy over here on the Coach Smook Network. And I want y'all to continue to stay engaged as we continue to grow. And this is how you do so here on the Coach Smook Network. Check it out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
You talking about Jalen Miro and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
It's not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Let's go. Welcome in. All right, y'all, let's get to it. I'm ready to talk a little bit. But before we talk, I'm going to give my roll call. Appreciate all the live viewers here on the YouTube side. If you tapped in, I appreciate y'all tapping in live. If you didn't catch us live, I appreciate you for tapping in post live. Make sure you drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. We'll acknowledge you in some of our shorts and some of our reels that we'll be posting. Make sure you're following us on our platforms. We've been posting all of our content on multiple platforms. We want to give you acknowledgement, our community. Thank you for supporting. We're here live. The Coach Smook Network. Thank you for tapping in on the YouTube side. We appreciate you here on the Coach Smook Network. Let me see you. Let me grab it. I got you. Shout out to my boy Zach, man. Zach, roll time. Appreciate you for being here this morning. Urban Essence is in the building. What's good, sis? Good to see you. You tapping in, my brother Reddy Rock, my boy Big Jam. I appreciate you, roll time. Tell you what's good. Good morning. Appreciate you for tapping in this morning, my brother. And my brother Jordan in the back on the ones and twos, checking in, making it do what it do. We appreciate you, my boy. Let's go. And then my TikTok camera, I see y'all over there in Hollywood, soon to go. Turn them out. Eric King, 05, Antoine, I see y'all. After that screen, appreciate y'all for the gifts too. I see y'all dropping gifts over there. Can't wait for TikTok to upgrade and get integrated with StreamYard, man. It's gonna be a fire vibe when those two can come together and come with a collaboration, because TikTok, man, I love what y'all do over there for the Coach Smook Network. Y'all come over there, y'all tap that screen, y'all share the stream. I appreciate you. Now, without further ado, let's get into this conversation, man. I like having these conversations, all the hypothetical talk. We get away from trying to prove who's right and who's wrong about information. We get to just have good conversations, especially as Bama fans. We have so much information circulating, recruiting, and position, depth chart positions and all that stuff. What up, Eric King? Good to see you over there on TikTok, tapping in. Let us know where you're watching from, man. Give a hand clap for our TikTok family. And if you're tapping in live on YouTube, drop some comments. We got some fun topics to talk today. So, after the spring game, We all know that our running back room was kind of beat up. We didn't have all the available guys that we want to see. AK Deer was limited. EJ Croyle did not participate in the spring game. We got to see Trayshawn Brown, a freshman, under the radar guy that I was very excited about when Alabama was able to get him to sign in that 26 class, and it was even able to get him to enroll early. We saw that he has that ability to be a change of speed back. Daniel Hill, Khalifa Keith, another guy, and then also an honorable mention, Kevin Riley. Man, I keep saying we lose track of this young man, but we got to remember he was the one that was kind of like that steadied the ship last year when Jam Miller went down going into that Florida State game. So Kevin Riley looking to be making his impact felt. So we're going to rate these guys, and then we also going to go through the linebacker group, man. I'm excited about this linebacker group. Probably I won't say the most talented group on the roster, but when you look at the amount of versatility you get with these guys listed as linebackers on this roster, you see why Alabama in this 4-2-5 scheme is becoming more and more of a attraction to high-end guys, hybrid linebackers that can put their hand in the ground or stand up and play at second and third level in coverage, diagnose the run game, edge containment, and run gap. And guys that can fly around and track the ball good, they will fit this defensive scheme well. Then we're going to rate those guys here this morning on the Coach Smook Network. So let's jump into it. Starting on the running back side, Jordan, let's get our first running back up. I want to talk about Daniel Hill. Let's break him down real quick. And I'm going to remove this for you, Jordan. There you go. You got it. You know what he's doing. We got Daniel Hill. He's going to be our first guy up. So, and you all know how we did our ratings. You all can rate them in the chat. Want to definitely get your thoughts on this. So, I gave Daniel Hill an overall rating of a 3-star back. I really think one thing about Daniel Hill is for the amount of snaps, and I would say a 3.5 for star rating back. And this is collegiate level. I'm not talking about what he came out of high school rated as. I'm talking about what we've seen from the last 2 seasons. And then also just this past spring. Some things that I do want to see him be able to improve in mainly is his pass block. As an out of the field receiving back, we've seen his impact. We've seen him get tough yards. We don't get to see the breakaway speed. I think his speed is a little underrated for his size, but he does have enough speed to be a viable area down back. I think when it comes to his vision, we definitely want to see him be more assertive in that, being able to see those back cut lanes, put his foot in the ground, and get behind his pads. But when it comes to using his size to his advantage, this is the year that you want to see him kind of implement that. I gave him 3 stars for speed and acceleration. I don't think he's slow, nor do I think he's a breakaway speed type back, which at 6'1", 235 pounds, you don't necessarily expect a guy to be, 4'4", 4'3" blazing speed at that size. You're talking about a solid 4'5", 4.55 type of speed back, one that can stress you, not stretch, but stress you in the passing game from out the backfield because of the type of things he can do at the second and third level. Elusiveness. Surprisingly, a lot of people look at this and say, why are you giving him such a high rating with his elusiveness? One, because he kind of reminds me of Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy could run you over, but Eddie Lacy would make you look silly on that field. If you all remember Eddie Lacy during his time as the primary back at Alabama, he was known for making guys miss. A bigger frame guy that would set you up and make you miss. I see similar aspects with Daniel Hill, especially when he catches the ball out the backfield. His ability to create yards after the catch. I think that allows him to be a 4-star when it comes to elusiveness. Same thing with breaking tackle. We've seen him get tough yards, which to his defense, I don't think we utilized him enough in those situations last year when we needed to build momentum in those tough yard situations. Didn't give him enough reps to get behind his pads and learn how to just lean into some of those runs and use his natural weight and size to give them an advantage. I look at the catching. I gave him 5 stars, probably the best hands out of the backfield. Between him and AK Deer, I truly believe so. And Trayshawn Brown. Trayshawn Brown has hands too. And then the pass blocking, I gave him 2 stars. I'm gonna be honest. I was real hard on Daniel Hill in this aspect, being that he's one of the bigger backs. Him and Khalifa Keith are two of the bigger backs in the room. One, But you look at his unwillingness to just square up and be more of the physical force in pass pro. I think he has way more to offer with just his frame in general. And then if he was to apply some of the tenacity and aggressive nature that he runs with in his pass pro approach, then I think he would be a better pass pro running back. Not saying that's the primary responsibility for a running back, but you're talking about the University of Alabama. When you've seen guys really make it at the next level, it's because they've been able to do all these things at a high level. Najee Harris was great in pass pro. B-Rob, who struggled early on in his career, you saw towards the end of his career the improvement he made in pass pro. Damian Harris was great in pass pro. Josh Jacobs was always great at picking up clean-up blocks. All of these great backs that have passed through Alabama, their pass pro has been there. Jahmyr Gibbs came from Georgia Tech, and even though he was very effective with the ball in his hands, you saw him step up and make some really clean pass protection type blocks in the passing scheme when his number was called. So I think that's something that we want to see from our running back room as a whole improve. But Daniel Hill, 2 stars. They're giving him an overall rating of about 3.8 star here as our running back. Let's move on to the next back. I want to go to Kevin Riley before he gets drowned out in all the noise about the running backs that's available here at the University of Alabama. I want to acknowledge one thing about Kevin Riley. When we're talking about a guy that can really, if you need a switch for the game, if you need a switch turned on, you want to get him in immediately. I don't care what design type of run, what you need from the running back position. You may not be able to get 8 or 9 strong reps or explosive reps from it, but I guarantee you, if you need a switch, this is the switch guy, right? I think he's one of those guys that you kind of hold your breath because of you never know which version of him is going to pop out. So let's talk about him. Kevin Riley, redshirt sophomore, 3rd year on campus. Number 6, 5'11", just barely tapping that 200-pound mark. I think he's really 195, 200, right there, 5'11". You look at the speed and acceleration. I gave him 4 stars there. He's one of the faster backs, definitely a change of speed back. Very effective in the passing game. Also with all of your jet sweep motions and outside zone runs, anything to the perimeter is what you really like from Kevin Riley. His ability to extend the defense, get lateral and put his foot in the ground and get vertical. And he has that pull away speed once you get out in the open field. A guy that's hard to bring down in open field. Not necessarily in between the tackles. You look at his break tackle rate, and I gave him 1 star. He's not one of the guys that you want to put in between the tackles and try to, get him to fight for those 2 or 3 tough yards. Even though he has the ability to. I think more so falling forward because of the type of space he creates with his elusiveness. A very, very shaky back, slippery back that can get out in the open field, and you don't want to be one-on-one with Kevin Riley. I think his catching, like Daniel Hill, is some of the best hands that you're going to see out of the backfield. But also Kevin Riley, we could see him split in the slot. You can see him lined up in the slot, motioning from the backfield to the slot, and be effective there. So he gives you that athlete label, that slot receiver / flex running back, H-back, whatever type of asset with his skill set. And once again, I think his pass pro just suffers because he's just one of the smaller guys. His willingness to put his nose in there makes me trust him more. It's just he doesn't have the size and the frame to be that consistent. But I think there's ways to combat that. You got to learn leverage and things there. So I gave him 3 stars there for pass pro, pass blocking. And everywhere else, I think you get the same type of rating with him and Daniel Hill, 3.5 to 3.8 star rating type back. And that's not bad. You're looking at the collegiate level where the quality of running back is being so spread out because of the style of offense that you see, right? You're not seeing a lot of teams running in between the tackles at a heavy dosage. And when you do have those teams, they're not using more than 2 backs. So to have a stable of backs like we do at Alabama, and have these different skill sets available, you start to see where you can get very versatile and don't have to get late into now these grueling seasons with 9 conference games, right? We're in that new era of conference games really mattering with the regular season conference games being shot up from 8 to 9. And you want to be able to get into those conference games, especially on the road, when you have those 2 possession leads, you want to be able to hand the ball off to some guys that can really give you different looks out of the same type of personnel group, right? That means if I call for 12 personnel, you know, I want to be able to run my outside zone scheme and my inside zone scheme without changing the full personnel, because I got multiple backs that can do every level of that running scheme in that personnel. So excitement there. Kevin Riley, 3.5 4-star rating. I think it came out to 3.8 again. And we'll get these official ratings on the shorts too. We'll get the little graphics made up for that. Let's go to the next back. Who we going to go next? Let's go AK Deer. Yeah, let's go AK Deer, red shirt freshman. And this is the guy that I think will be RB1A once it's all said and done. Once he get into that Florida State matchup, and then coming out of Florida State, I think we have the I think after Florida State, is it not? Let me go back up. Kentucky is week 2. South Carolina. I think that by the time we have South Carolina at home, we will understand who RB1 is. And I think a healthy AK Deer is the guy. He, to me, provides everything well-rounded. He ends up with a 4.3 star rating for me when it comes to a 5-star scale. AK Deer, number 0, redshirt freshman, 6'1", 215 pounds. I think after seeing him on a few live streams a couple weeks ago, I think he's pushing that 220, 225 range. A lot of these guys are beefing up in the offseason. I don't know what the meal plan is for a lot of these guys, but the offseason range that I'm seeing kind of built up in the offseason, these guys are serious about their nutrition and putting on that weight. Even the guys in the secondary look like a bunch of mini linebackers, man. I hope it don't slow us down. We got some swole DBs, man. The free safeties and the corners, man. They looking pretty jacked, man. The wide receivers looking like tight ends, or a group of tight ends and running back. And maybe it's the graphics now. Maybe it's the graphics, but putting in mad work. I look at AK Deer though. The speed is there, the vision is there. We saw sparks last year, even with his limited carries in the Georgia game. You just saw the willingness to kind of just attack the gaps, the type of running you want to see. This is the type of running back you have when you want to build your offensive line's confidence. They don't have to make huge creases, but because the running back is being assertive and exposing and kind of taking advantage of the creases that are being created, you're seeing the lineman is seeing a quicker step. You're seeing a quicker step from him. You see him getting an extra push, and the offensive line and the run game in itself looks a whole lot better. AK Deer is your back that can really help you build that momentum there. When you just look at somebody having some level of experience on the roster and just haven't been tapped because of the type of run style you saw last year. This man has so much tread on the tire. It's going to be hard to not see him be RB1 in this offensive scheme. And what you need, you don't have the opportunity to get 12, 15 carries to warm up in this offense. I think you have to be a guy that can go, carry 1, 2. Your second carry has to be one that shows that you're building that momentum. And that's just the nature of the offensive and the scheme and the way that they call it's going to happen. So look at it. I say the speed is a 4-star. I love his speed. I think he can break away in open field. The acceleration to me is more so of a thing than his overall top speed. I think the way that he can build up speed is what kind of makes him special. His vision, back-cut vision. AK Deer is a guy that can see those gaps, man. He doesn't have to, and he sets up his blocks good too. Very patient in the run game. His elusiveness, make guys miss in the open field, make guys miss behind the line of scrimmage. That was something that I loved about him. Watching him run in that Georgia game, even in the Indiana game. His willingness to just kind of he sets things up, and he's strong out of each move. Out of each move that he makes, he breaks tackles. And every run, you're going to see him falling forward. He's consistently falling forward, breaking tackles. You can't arm tackle this man, and he will run through tackles. Catching out the backfield, something that he doesn't have the best hands, but very consistent. Very consistent. You don't see him dropping passes, near the line of scrimmage. maybe on a wheel route catching over his shoulder might struggle with one or two of those. Don't let him be open downfield. He's not dropping that. He's not a Kevin Riley to where you want to split him in the slot and get him in a one-on-one routing situation. But it definitely can create some havoc if you get him on some T routes or some whip routes out of the backfield, right? So I like what we see. I like what we see right now with AK Deer being the lead back, and then his pass pro, I think one of the more consistent in the room. The whole room as a whole can get better, but one of the more consistent is AK Deer. With the amount of limited reps that we've been able to see from him, especially live reps, we haven't been able to see live reps pass pro from him. Definitely going to give him a 3-star rating. Giving him an overall rating of 4.3 star out of 5-star rating. Let's go to the next one, Jordan. Who we got next, man? We're going to kind of speed this up. EJ Correll, the freshman phenom, I think is ready and primed and ready to give us some solid quality rotational reps this season. With his running ability with the ball in his hands, you can't keep him off the field too long. We saw glimpses of Trayshawn Brown, another freshman we're going to get to talk about here in a second. But this is the guy that I believe if they give him an opportunity, they're going. The other guys in front of him kind of know that it's going to be hard to keep him off of it. He's ready. He's really ready. EJ Correll's ready. We talk about the speed. I gave him 4 stars there. Reminds me a lot of AK there. Not necessarily going to pull away from you, but don't let him get in the open field. And then when he is in open field, he's not a guy that you're going to catch very easily, right? And just puts his foot in the ground. Not one of those indecisive guys that's going to shake and try to shimmy a lot. Going to put his foot in the ground and create momentum with his speed and acceleration. Same thing with his vision and elusiveness. I love the fact that we have EJ and AK for another 2 years at least. Those two, I think, will be RB1 and RB2 before the season is over with. Or they'll be trending towards being that running back tandem with Trayshawn Brown. And we got a future guy that's coming on roster, man. I'm telling you, Alabama's doing their thing in recruiting these running backs. Coach G is really on you to really see if we're going to get some running back production this year. Break tackle, I think EJ Correll is probably one of the hardest guys to tackle in this running back room. He displayed that in spring, even before the injury kind of killed him out of live action. Catching out the backfield, like I said, one of those guys. You don't want to split him in the slot, but he's the guy. Not like Kevin Riley, but I think EJ is one of those guys because of where he had to play in high school. He's used to having to get in different spots and make plays, whether it's receiving or coming in jet sweep motion. He's one of those guys that's used to doing that at his size and his frame. Already tapping that 220, 225 range is something to be said of this guy. And then pass pro, I can't wait to see him in live action. I think just being there, being that he's a true freshman, you start him off as 2 stars, being that I don't think he's head and shoulders above anybody in pass pro in the room right now. All of those guys have room to grow. I think 2 stars is fair. He did a good job in pass pro for Landon in high school. Not asked to do a lot of it, being that he was kind of the bell cow for that offense this senior year, but you see the ability there. You see the 6-foot frame, that 5'11", 6-foot frame, 220 plus pounds as a freshman, going to grow into that frame even more. Kind of expect him to get better in those aspects of the game. Let's go to Trayshawn Brown, and then we'll go to Khalifa Cleef next. Trayshawn, this is the surprise. This is my dark horse. Don't let there be an injury bug in the running back room, and I'm going to knock on wood somewhere. There's some wood somewhere. Let's not let the injury bug be a thing in this room and 17 get an opportunity, because he gives me Josh Jacobs. He gives me Josh Jacobs type energy. I know he's wearing the 17 like Kenyon Drake as a running back, but he gives me Josh Jacobs type energies with his running style. He's a tenacious runner, open field type energy. He doesn't have breakaway speed, but you don't want him in the open field because he's hard to tackle. He's hard to break down. He runs with a kind of like a chip on his shoulder. Very aggressive in his run nature. And I think of all the backs when it comes to the ceiling for a pass pro, he's one of the guys he's a smarter blocker, right? He's one of those guys that know how to, absorb contact. He helps good. I saw a couple of snaps in the spring game where 17 got to be in pass pro and some key pass pro situations with this third group. And you kind of see where if he's working with first and second group like that, he's gonna have some upside. So I think that's where he's kind of getting my nod, but his elusiveness is there too. I like what he does behind the line of scrimmage, makes guys miss. He's very good with the ball out the backfield. He's gonna make guys miss. He's a back that if you give him an opportunity, you can see why Alabama wanted to secure another back in this class. And the fact that he was able to get on campus early, I think it's going to play a lot into his development. And next year, with so many guys' ability to come back, you got Daniel Hill, Kevin Riley, all of these guys, Khalifa could come back. All of these guys can come back. A guy like Trayshawn Brown, who's just developing, he's going to have a solid spot in this roster, in this rotation going into as he continues to grow. And then let's go to Khalifa Keith. Let's go with Khalifa. Transfer back. I was real tough on this guy. I went to the film and I'm not going to say I'm not impressed, but you can see why Alabama went and got this guy. They want a physical presence. He's not going to wow you with his speed. He's not going to wow you with how he can just break tackles. But the man is a physical runner. I think with what Alabama needs, if we don't get it from Daniel Hill, you're going to get it from Khalifa Keith. I don't think that's going to be an issue here. But I think with Keith, you're going to get the physicality. 20 runs hard. He's a physical runner. His pass pro is not there. I gave him 2 stars just off the strength of it being a new scheme. It might fit some of his skill set. But his physicality in the run game is what I believe Alabama went after. And I think with Trayshawn Brown coming and running as physical as he has, EJ Correll showing some spark. The man is not as high as it was, as it was when we got him out the portal. But I do believe that there is a presence for him if you don't see that production when the lights turn on. And I'm not saying that he's not a back that can handle the take every downs, take carries every down. But I do believe he's more of a physical presence where it's a red zone specialty. Maybe Daniel Hill's hurt. Maybe we're in a physical, muddy game where we're trying to pound it between the tackles. I think that's where his presence will be fit. His skill set and his presence will be felt. All right. So that's the running back room. And that puts him right at a 3.2, 3.5 type rating, which is not bad. You look at the overall ratings for the running back room, you're sitting right at a 3.8 4-star rating for the whole group. And that's with a lot of, you got 5-star talent that I believe we just got to get better in pass pro before I just start to check off the block for this running back room. And I don't know if that's a Coach Gillespie thing, right? Where in his development and how he's teaching or whatever, but we have to see these guys do better in pass pro. And then in the run game, when we have opportunities to really establish some momentum, guys got to get behind their pads and get vertical and start being more assertive and aggressive in that running stop. Too much size, too much quickness, too much power in this running back room and speed to see these guys not build momentum and consistently give the coach more confidence to call run plays. And then let's be honest. This last year's run game, the dialing of the run plays, it wasn't consistent. Let's see if we can see a change in that. But let me know what y'all think about these ratings. We're going to go into a quick infomercial break, tell you guys how to join and become a member of the AAA family. Give a shout out to our walk-ons, our sponsors, and then give a few more announcements when we come back. But when we come back, I want y'all to give me some superlatives from the running back room. I want to talk about the possible dark horse. Who can be the breakout guy for this room? Who's the true RB1? May not be leading in all the stats, but who's the guy that's going to be consistently counted on? And who's the fix for our pass pro in the running back room? Who's the fix for our pass pro? We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to get into our linebacker ratings, y'all. The linebacker room, man, I'm telling y'all, is one of them things where we've been waiting. We've been waiting for the linebackers to emerge, especially the inside linebacker. I think we've seen flashes of the edge room with Quay 2 years ago, and then Yanzi popping out with Justin Hill last year. We saw Q Rod before his injury and before he left. kind of driving this 4-2-5 scheme, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what these linebackers are going to do this season. We're going to give them their ratings here on the Coach Smook Network. Hopefully, y'all are excited like I am and ready to get into this conversation here on the Coach Smook Network. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Think about becoming a member of the AAA family and helping us grow here on the Coach Smook Network. Jordan, take us out, man.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Smook. Put me in the game, Coach 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 Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know, we keep it live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Somebody say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's go, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in today. I got vibes. I had to go refill the coffee. We pushing today. We're going a full hour for y'all. Full hour. Because I like these player ratings. I think these are good off-season conversation stuff, like topics, man. Get y'all off that serious tip. Y'all be so serious about our football coverage sometimes. I be letting the other guys handle it right now because everything is speculative right now. And I like to see y'all and hear y'all thoughts and hear what y'all got to say about, just overall Bama football in general. Y'all, a lot of y'all don't even know the roster for real. What's up, Trill fam? Appreciate the TikTok. Go Popular over there with the Go Popular gifts over there. Benji over there, my guy Ty tapping in, man. Everybody tapping in on the TikTok side. Make sure y'all take a second right now. Every platform, that's TikTok if you can. Long press on the screen, hold it down, and then hit repost. That's going to help everybody see that I'm live right now. Coach Smook Network is live. And then on YouTube, if you're in the YouTube chat, I see y'all in there watching. Drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. But also, go ahead and share the screen. Want everybody to know that you're here watching live. Let's get into some comments real quick, Jordan. Let's see if we got some new comments. I'm going to go and acknowledge some comments real quick, and then we'll get back into our other player ratings. Shout out to my guy, Corey P45. Appreciate you for tapping in, my brother. I thank you for pulling up. And then who else we got? My boy Zach said he's excited to cover Alabama State University as well. Man, that's going to be different, Zach. You know your boy like to turn up. And so, that's my type of carrying on, man. That's my type of carrying on, chat. Boy, that swag atmosphere, that HBCU atmosphere, man. I'm talking about tailgating and good old down home cooking and music and dancing. Y'all know I'm gonna get out there and cut a rug. So my boy Zach said he excited. All backs are talented, but EJ and AK is the best going into FAR camp. Daniel has to show me more physical ability. Same thing I said, Zach. I think AK Deer and EJ, they're just kind of like when you create running backs on NCAA, you use those guys as your base, right? 5'11". I say right now that if you want to be an elite back and like have the prototypical size and frame to be recruited in any system and be looked at as a high-end back, 5'10" to 6'2", that height range, that 200 to 225, 230 range, that's like the perfect size running back for any system. When you're talking about just the ability to be at that right height and frame to see. Derrick Henry is a different breed. He's talking about 6'3", 250, something like that, 245. Same thing with guys like Daniel. You start getting that 240 range. Those are some big dudes. Those are big bags. And when you get skill sets out of those guys that you don't that kind of belong in the smaller frame guys, you see specialties in that. And that's what you see in Daniel Hill, but you don't see it being utilized or being put on display in live game action. So that's something that we hope to get to. So as you all pull up into the chat, I want you all to just go ahead and drop a like over here on YouTube. Make sure you share it. And then on Facebook, drop a reaction too. We got Facebook reactions. I see y'all tapping in. Twitch, I see you over there. We got a viewer on Twitch. We got a comment over there. Appreciate you for tapping in on Twitch and showing love. Everybody. Now let's get into it. Jordan, let's go ahead and do this, man. I'm ready to get into it. Let's talk about these linebackers here at the University of Alabama. Starting off with our most senior guys. And I think this guy was a huge ad coming in from South Carolina, the University of South Carolina. Desmond Zulu. I don't want to talk about his past prospectives and all that stuff. We looked at some of the highlights, and then we also seen what he was able to do in the spring game. And if you didn't pay attention to 9 on the field, then you just weren't watching the defense. You were probably watching wherever the ball was going. But 9, 7, 0, 11, 4. I mean, Linebackers 36, 23. Just numbers that just 41. Those are numbers that pop out when I look at defense and some of the disruption that was happening. Those are numbers. And we're going to talk about some of these guys here. Desmond Umeozolo. They call him Desmond Zulu. The senior transfer from South Carolina, 6'6", 255, listed as a linebacker. And when we're talking about these linebackers, I want y'all to understand that for the past 2 years, I think Kane Womack has been forced to use more of that traditional defensive end as the bandit in this scheme. But I think now coming into this year, you're going to see that more hybrid Will Anderson, Dallas Turner, Q Rob, Yanzi Pierre, Justin Hill type linebackers that we were seeing push exclusively to the edge rush, the wolf room. I think we're going to kind of see those heavier set guys that provide similar skill sets push to that bandit position and really be true linebackers. And you'll see a true 2D line type scheme where you have gap interior defensive linemen, gap shooting guys that can really demand double teams and get really. You guys, we'll break down the D line another day. But when you look at the skill set of all the D linemen, the size and the frames of these guys aren't two gap guys. These guys get to the ball. So it makes sense to see them surrounded by guys that really seal the edge containment, pass rush assets with bigger frames, right? They're not interior guys. Desmond Zulu could be a 5 or 3 technique type guy, but he's not. You can put him in the wide 9, you can put him in the 7 and watch him go to work. So going to be interesting to see him. I look at his ratings though. Let's do his 3 stars. The speed, I think for a guy that's 6'6", 255, when you're getting a guy that can turn over to that 19, 20 mile per hour top end speed, that's a dangerous guy. But you look at his lateral quickness and speed, his coverage there, that's where you see his ability at. And then he has a 6'7", 6'8" wingspan. So his ability to stay low, drive out of those cuts and be in that pursuit laterally with that reach and range, it helps with his skill set. Tackling, I love the way that he's physical at the point of attack, and it's not a shoulder guy. He's going to wrap up, going to bring some pop. Gave him 4 stars there. His play recognition and IQ as a defensive end, something that I saw very, very good with the first 5 or 6 guys rotating on the edges of Alabama's defense in both the second scrimmage and the spring game, the A-Day scrimmage, was the edge containment against the run game. And especially stacking, standing up the tackles and the tight ends on the edge, kind of forcing plays to stay inside of them and allowing their inside help to help them in the run fit. So Desmond Zulu, I gave him 4 stars there, just based off what I was able to see during camp. The thing that I do, I think that he's going to probably see not see as much of time or opportunities that is in the pass rush. He's not a pass rush specialist. I think he's a well-rounded guy. With his experience, he provides you a good enough balance in all aspects of playing that edge / defensive end, that bandit side of containment, because of his frame and what he can do athletic wise. So 3 stars there on the pass rush, I think, is a solid asset, but not somebody that you're going to, when you talk about what we used to call the cheetah package, you don't see his name being at the front of that cheetah package list. You get what I'm saying? But definitely coming out, I think that you get a solid 3.8 out of 5-star rating out of a prospect like this. Someone that I think is going to be a solid rotational asset for the linebacker rotation, both at the bandit and at the wolf position. Big wolf, bandit, all those, the edge, I think his linebacker duties will serve there. Let's go to the next one. Who we got next, Jordan? Got Caleb Woodson, the senior inside linebacker coming from Virginia Tech. This was a huge ad for me. One, I think you're just talking about getting guys that are at volume type guys in this scheme, working around the interior of your defense at the second level. That's exactly why you go and get Caleb Woodson, somebody that's seen a lot of football, seen a lot of snaps. He's going to jump around, fly around. May not be the best run gap fitter, somebody that's very, very keen in diagnosing plays, but doesn't bring that physical presence you want from the inside linebacker room, but is going to be in the right spot all the time. Somebody that can track the ball. So if you look at his ratings and look at how I rated him, I'm not calling him soft by any means, but he's not going to be a AJ Sanders or not Abdul, but a QB Reese or AJ Sanders when it comes to bringing that pop and filling run fits. He's not going to be that guy, but he's going to be in the right spots. Justin Jefferson didn't necessarily provide a pop on every hit, but you saw him really be able to track and cover and be in the right spots. You know, he didn't necessarily make every tackle, but if he was first there, he held him up until some help came. That's what you're going to get from Caleb Wilson at a high rate. 6'3", 235 pounds. He brings the size and the frame that you want from that inside linebacker position, and also the experience to kind of get guys aligned. He's seen a lot of different things on the defensive side. So I appreciate what he brings to the table. You look at his speed. That's one thing I do love. Like I say, he gets to the ball. He's going to be in anything interior run play wise. I guarantee you're going to see 7 around the ball and on the tackle. He's going to be a high volume guy. He's going to have a lot of activity, pass breakups, everything. He's going to be breaking up the run in the backfield. All of those things that you want out of those guys coming out of the inside linebacker position. He's going to bring it. He's going to bring it. So I look at it and I say, where does his drop off or his uncertainty come? I think it's tackling. At this level, I don't want to do this to him, but Henry To'oTo'o came over with the same type of skill set. He came over with the same type of skill set, and it just didn't fare well in a defensive scheme that relied heavily on his presence. I don't think Caleb Wilson comes with that same mentality, though. I think I like what he did in the spring game. He had two big plays behind the line of scrimmage where he kind of just showed that he was willing to put his hat in there, get dirty. His play recognition, I think, is top tier. That's why, Womack and Chuck Morrell and Robinson, all of them, they were so high on him, getting him to Bama. His pursuit and coverage, like I said, is one of those guys. You don't want him in second and third level coverage opportunities, but you get him in some dropbacks and things. His ability to react to the ball in the air, he flies around, is going to be there at the ball. His pass rush is something that you don't want. He's not going to be a cheetah package guy, right? You got Abdul Sanders Jr., you got Luke Nash, you got QB Reese, you got Duke Johnson, you got Zay Griffin, all those inside linebacker assets that really can be pass rushing assets. I think will provide better, will have a better outing or better upside in production with those opportunities. I think his pass rush ability is viable. Like I said, a guy that's going to recognize and get to the ball, but like specific pass rush, getting him one-on-one against a tackle or tight end, I don't see him being very impactful in that. And maybe as he develops in this scheme, with a lot of the interior defensive linemen in front of him, probably has never had the skill set to play in front of him like he's going to have at Alabama. Might do him some good, and we might see this increase. But overall, giving him a 3.3 out of 5-star rating, 3.3 out of 5-star rating, which is not bad. Once again, this is an inexperienced linebacker core when it comes to playing SEC ball. All right, next up, who we got next, Jordan? Let's see who we got next. I'm going to refresh this right over here, y'all. Get caught up. Let me see what Zach got to say. He said, with Wilson, I need to see more consistency with making them tackles. Yeah, you know what? And like I said, I think we get similar, kind of like what we saw from Justin Jefferson. And if you think about it, Justin Jefferson didn't miss a lot of tackles. A lot of times, he was fighting off of blocks. Now, Kyle Green was a great tackler. A lot of his missed tackles was like him tracking from behind the plate, missing shoestring tackles. But I think that you get that type of activity from Woodson. You get a mixture of that Jefferson presence, and you get more consistent tackling like you got from the Kyle Green. That's what ideally. That's what I expect. Yanzi Pierre, man, this guy, first rounder. Let's enjoy him for his last year. I think he's the leader, and his ratings, like you all see, this is a 4.7 star rating out of 5 star, 4.7 stars. I think because of the type of attention he's going to see, his numbers won't reflect early on in the season how good he is, right? That has nothing to do with his ratings, though. I think when it comes to the speed, talking about a 6'3", 255-pounder, almost 260. His lateral speed is different. He can play the true edge, coming off the edge, being your basic wolf presence, or can be your big bandit guy, conceal the edge, play traditional defensive end technique. I've seen Yanzi Pierre cover running backs out the backfield. We've seen him have to split and cover tight ends, a guy that is physical and press coverage. You know, you don't want him against a shifty slot guy, but you put him in some drop zones. You're not losing a step with this guy. His IQ defensively to break down the run. I mean, back end containment on counter plays, to force the handoff in options and still being on the plate. After post handoff, to disrupt the exchange tunnel. His first step is there. Yanzi Pierre is the top tier edge linebacker that you want in today's schemes and you're talking about pass rush specialists, yes, but he's a guy that can identify a pass play coming and break off and really get disruptive. We've seen him turn screen plays around. We've seen him get disruptive at the line of scrimmage, get his hands up and bat balls down at the line of scrimmage. So Yanzi Pierre, the complete prospect, top tier, 4.7 out of 5-star rating, one of the higher rating linebackers that I think are coming out into this draft for the 2027, 28, 2026, 2027 NFL draft. Is it 27 draft, right? It'll be 27, right? All right, so that's Yanzi Pierre. Let's go to the next one, Jordan. We got Yanzi Pierre right there, 4.7. Caden Jones. This is my dark horse, man, and I want to see Caden Jones get some. I want him to make a name on special teams. That's what I feel like is going to have to happen. I think he'll be a 4th, 5-year guy that finally get an opportunity in his 4th or 5th year. The intangibles are there. Speed, gets to the ball. He's going to be around it. Great tackler. But I think it's coming in the playbook and identifying plays. He's a step slow. Even in this last spring game, 23, it's going to be – effort is not going to be the issue. Hustle is not going to be an issue. Natural ability is not going to be an issue. It's seeing the play develop. I gave him 4 stars, 6'4", 230 pounds, so very, very that hybrid range. You could put him off the edge and just be an athlete, but really been working to get him at that inside linebacker position, providing some of that depth there. With his skill set, man, you want him to be able to cover him with his speed. You got to be able to be a 2nd and 3rd level guy when you're not physically demanding presence, filling gaps and things like that. Now, one thing about Caden Jones, and that's why we were excited about him and Justin O being here, those guys get to the ball and they tackle well. The thing is, they're late on plays all the time. So you don't want to get into a system where your inside linebackers are chasing down and making tackles from behind all the time. Flying around, effort is all good, but you want guys meeting the running game in the gap. You want guys meeting running backs in the holes. And these guys, they miss their spots a lot. And you don't want your safeties being the one to save you on those interior busts all the time. We saw what happens when you got guys like Ray Hubbard and Keon Sapp having to commit aggressively to support the interior run defense. You got to have guys in the right space, and I think that's where Caden Jones is struggling. So across the board, you see him with average of 3-star ratings, 4 stars at tackling and speed for me. I think he's one of your more athletic guys, really great with lateral speed. Tackling is a consistent tackler. His IQ to be in the right spot to make better tackles is where I think he has a lot of room to grow. Gave him 3 stars there. His run defense, I think he like I said, tackles well behind the line of scrimmage, but you don't see him being the guy that's fitting. And I would even take the star away and give him 2 stars there. Now his pursuit and coverage, that's where you don't have an issue with. I gave him 3 stars because the pursuit is there. I don't see him many running backs or receivers pulling away from him in open field, but his coverage, I don't trust him on a double move. I can't trust him on a wheel. Maybe to drop and cover some flats, or if he has a hook curl type assignment, anything 12 yards below, I think he's safe. I wouldn't trust him to spy one-on-one with an athletic quarterback. So it kind of levels out. Maybe he can chase down a quarterback in the open field, but far as finding, containing that guy, I would definitely want to see him to grow in that space. And then with the pass rush, that's not a pass rushing asset in my opinion. Got a lot of room to grow there. That's Caden Jones. Next up, Jordan, let's go. I'm rolling now, chat. I see y'all in the chat. We're doing this like this so we get a lot of clips and get y'all reacting on the page. I think this is going to be very good for get y'all reactions to these. QB Reese, this is a guy that I'm excited about. This is a guy I'm excited about. I think he's going to have an opportunity early in this season to really solidify his spot in the rotation. I think we'll see a solid 3-4 man inside linebacker rotation with your first two guys getting like 50% of the split with those reps, and then you're seeing the third guy getting probably the 30, and then you see a fourth and fifth guy get, some 10-15% type snap range. And I think QB Reese is your third guy here in this rotation that's going to get that 30 to 40% snap. The redshirt sophomore, third year on campus, somebody that I think they allowed him to develop into his frame, 6 foot, 230 pounds, gives you that traditional linebacker look and feel with how he plays the game from the inside linebacker position. Somebody that diagnoses the running game very fast. He loves to come downhill and is a sure tackler. A sure tackler going to bring that impact hitting too. The type of hit that creates turnovers, the type of impact that makes guys think about, hitting certain gaps in the run game. Look at his speed, very viable in the speed. I almost gave him 4 stars, but when I look at what's next to him, with guys like Luke and AJ and Caleb in the inside linebacker room, Xavier Griffin, Zay Hall, those are some fast guys. And when you kind of line him up against those guys, he's not that first 20 to 15 sprint. He's not with those guys. He's fast though. He's fast. Short range, lateral quickness, all of that, he's right there. So gave him 3 stars there. His play recognition, 4 stars. I think he's very underrated in that spot. We'll get to see him really diagnose plays and be in the right spot. And he's a sure tackler, like I said. His run defense, that's where he specializes in. He's going to come downhill. He's going to put a hat on the hat. He's not shying away from contact. He's not shying away from blowing up guards, coming up, filling those gaps. He's not shying away from it. QB Reese was one of those linebackers. He has no regard for his own body, kind of like Red Morgan out there in the secondary, right? You got Jira Edwards, Red Morgan, Ray Kirkpatrick, guys like that, Ivan Taylor, that don't have any sense. They forget that they got human bodies too. They bones break too. Yeah, those type of guys. Yeah, that's what QB Reese did. Pursuit and coverage, like I said, 3 stars because of the speed and everything. I don't want QB Reese in coverage. But, one of those guys that if you give him an assignment out the backfield, you drop him, keep everything, that react type concept you see from a lot of these play calls with Kane Warman, he's in a good position. And then this pass rush, I think QB Reese is a solid pass rush asset. You can dial him up just because of his tenacity and his aggressiveness, his and how he attacks, going to chase the ball carrier to get to the ball. He's a pass rush asset. Next guy. I'm getting excited because this is the group of guys that came in together, and I think they're going to be like the next level of what we see Alabama linebacker room evolve into. Let me take a sip of this good old coffee here. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, got Luke Metz, man. This guy, I think Metz might end up being the starter. I think Metz might end up being your Sam. Maybe not the Mike. He might be your Sam. He might be the starter. I look at where he was utilized in year 1 as a freshman with some of his reps. I could see him being a green dot guy, but when you got guys like Abdul Sanders Jr. and Caleb Woodson in your scheme, you want a guy like Luke Metz to be out there. He's a safety net. I can't talk right now. A guy that run fits, never in the wrong spot. When it comes to athleticism and coverage and size and frame, it's 6'3", 235. He has the speed to be able to cover out the backfield, athleticism to shift out of covering space. You trust him in a lot of man concepts, big enough to play against your 6'4", 6'5" tight ends. I've seen him match up against big body wide receivers, but he's more so disciplined in containment. He's never out of position, and he's a sure tackler in the open field. I look at the Raiders right now. I gave him 3 stars on the speed and acceleration. I think I kind of cheated him because I'm looking at how fast you got Zay Griffin, Zay Hall, and Abdul Sanders Jr. Those guys are different with their athleticism. So 3 stars speed and his ratings as far as a linebacker is not bad. But he was definitely close to getting 4 stars from me. Tackling, one of the better tacklers in this room. One of the better tacklers, just consistent. IQ, play recognition, getting to the ball, being in the right spot. Luke Metz is not going to be in the wrong spot very often. Not going to be in the wrong spot. Run defense, loves, like I said, going to be in the right spot. And he's not a guy that's waiting on hits. He's attacking. Him and QB Reese together on the field at the inside linebacker position looks good. Pursuit and coverage. I want to say I gave him pursuit and coverage because when Luke has to chase down a play from behind, you see him wanting to make the big hit all the time. All the time he wants to make the big hit. Dive and grab him shoestrings, boy. And then coverage, I think he's one of our better coverage assets in the linebacker room. Kind of his upside for that. I think what we got from Vinny Sinceri and Oakham and guys like that, Dylan Lee, even Mac Wilson in coverage is what we're going to get from Luke Metz. And then pass rush, I think he could be in your cheetah package. Not a pass rush specialist, but because of how smart he is in his pass rush, how versatile he is, finesse, he can bull rush. He can really give you the crazy push, and he doesn't fight it with his size. He doesn't fight with his size. Meaning at 6'3", 235, 240, he can make a 6'4", 6'5", 295, 300 plus pound tackle look silly because of how he knows how to use his speed and leverage and roll that power over. Next linebacker, man. I told y'all this is my favorite group of linebackers right here. This crew right here. Abdul Sanders Jr. He's the Rolando McClain / Reuben Foster / he's the next great linebacker. Here, we got 2 of them on this roster. He and Zay Griffin, I believe, are the next level linebackers that we see at Alabama. And that's not to discredit anybody else on the roster. It's just when it says inside linebacker at Alabama and the Kane Woman, I think these 2 guys' pictures are what you're going to see for green dots. And when I say green dots, those are your guys that's calling the plays and leading these defenses and kind of looking through as the voices and from the center of the defense. Abdul Sanders Jr. is number 35, sophomore, 6'2", 230 pounds, 4-star speed. I told you all he's different. He's a guy that, to me, can fly around, is going to be in phase. I trust him covering anything out the backfield. I trust him one-on-one with a tight end. I even put him, give him a deep middle read type concepts, QB spy concepts. I don't care. Give it to him. Abdul Sanders is that guy. Tackling, very sure tackling, going to bring the impact hits that you want. 5 stars there. Play recognition IQ. One of the higher rated linebackers we've seen come through Alabama during this tenure of recruiting. Run defense, 4-star. Pursuit and coverage, 4-star. Like I said, I trust him any and everywhere on the field as a linebacker. Coming off the edge as a pass rush asset, I trust him there. And when I look at the overall ratings, he's another highly rated guy, just like Yazi Pierre, 4.5, 4.3, 4.7 range out of 5 stars. What's up, Jason Jackson? He said he's super late. What's good, man? How you feeling today, man? Give it up for my brother Jason. Hey, it's all good, man. We got chill show today. We got chill show. Ain't no calling and nothing. We just looking for the interaction. Make sure you like and share the stream, man. Make sure you like and share the stream. Get some more people in here vibe. And if you're tapping in post stream, y'all take a moment, like the stream. Make sure you share it. Let me know where you watch from. Drop a comment. Even if you don't catch us live, drop a comment. We've been replying to comments, post live. TikTok family, I see y'all over there tapping the screen. Continue to show some love. All my people touched by trees, continue to share the stream. Mikey84, appreciate y'all, man. Tap that screen, man. Give it up for our TikTok family. Let's go. Man, this coffee's so good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. This coffee is so good. So, here we go. We got Abdul Sanders Jr. Like I said, he's going to be one of the greats when it's all said and done with him at Alabama. And this is a guy I think is going to give us 2 more years. We'll see some spot play from him this year. I think he and Griffin will be our catalyst in that inside linebacker room with Hall and Luke Metz and Duke Johnson playing their part. If Duke stays around, I don't know if Duke stays in that inside linebacker room. I think they end up finding him a place back on the edge as he continues to build out that frame. I could have sworn Duke was like 6'3", 6'4", but I think he's listed as 6'1" on the roster. He looks a lot longer than what 6'1" looks like. So we'll see. So Abdul Sanders Jr., like I said, he's one of those different guys. Let's go next, Jordan. Who we got next? Next, we got Duke Johnson. We was just talking about him, 6'1", 230 pounds. Kind of small when you're talking about guys that are shorter. We talk about the type of frame that we're looking at, that edge room in the Wolf. The spot that I saw him kind of thrive at coming off the edge in high school, when it was made that he was going to be going into that edge or the linebacker room, I knew automatically at Alabama they would kind of transition him into that inside linebacker room. And even how he plays the position, I think he's more so fit for the edge. Maybe undersized, but you can find him in specific assignments. Now, if he somehow turns the corner in his development on the inside linebacker track, I think his ball skills, being able to be in coverage, his speed, his natural athleticism is what helps him have some success. But for now, we got the sophomore rated as 4 stars in his speed and acceleration. Just straight up asset. What's up, Travis? Good to see you over there on the TikTok side, man. Give it up for my guy Travis, tapping in over there on TikTok side. Appreciate you, man. But I think Duke is a different type of specimen when it comes to athleticism and speed and acceleration. A guy that can play tight end, wide receiver, play safety if you need him to at the high school level. Definitely displays some athleticism, tackling, solid tackler, gets to the ball, going to hit. He's not scared of contact, very physical. His play recognition and IQ at the inside linebacker position is still a lot of room to grow, and it's because I just don't think he's used to playing the position yet. Run defense, I think he's willing. Going to be disruptive in his early development, but definitely got to get that IQ there to be able to position himself and just know the techniques to be more effective in run stopping. Pursuing coverage, not going to find him out of position bad, and I don't think you're going to win many matchups when you say, Duke, go cover that tight end, Duke, go cover that running back. You're not going to lose many matchups as a defensive, and as the offense trying to go against him, you're not going to win many. And then pass rush, like I said, coming from the inside linebacker position, I don't think that's his strong suit. Coming off the edge, the frame is the only thing. So I think right now you give Duke Johnson a solid 3.7, 3.8 ratings, 3.8 star rating out of 5 stars. That's solid. My guy 5 Adams said, God willing, in my opinion, inside linebacker is upgraded from last year. I think so. That as a total, as a group, I think this is one of the better inside linebacker rooms that we're going to see at Alabama, that we fielded in Alabama probably the past 3 or 4 seasons as a group, like you said. Let's go to the next one, Jordan. Let's see who else we got next. We got Justin Hill up next. And y'all, this is my breakout player of the year. I talked about this yesterday when we said we would kind of discuss some of the guys. Justin Hill is my breakout player 1. I think because of the type of attention that Yanzi Pierre is going to demand, Desmond Zulu is going to be a veteran presence there. They're going to be probably like the bell cow of rotational reps with the edge containment on either side, whether it's Wolf or Bandit. I think Justin Hill is your third guy that plays both sides because of his frame and his size and his skill set. He can play both of those positions, and you don't lose. You get to see him more because of his skill set at the pass rush, and because of Yanzi Pierre's skill set with both edge containment and pass rush. You can see a lot of Justin Hill, Yanzi. You can see Justin Hill, Dez. You see Justin Hill, Caleb. You can see Justin Hill, Devin. You see Yanzi, Devin on the edges. We're talking about, and Devin is a defensive tackle that's going to be asked to play some bandit, right? Him and Terrence Green, they're going to be asked to play some bandit position. Big homie, appreciate the heart me over there on TikTok, my brother. Y'all give it up for Big homie for the glitz over there on TikTok. Well, I look at it, man, and I say, Justin Hill would be the guy for me that will be able to display the big plays, right? He'll be the guy. He'll be the Yanzi to Quay. Like Quay was the focus, right? Then Yanzi just emerged. I think Justin Hill would be that guy this year. And he's going to play like, I think he'll be a 65-70% snap count guy when it comes to defensive play calling. Let's look at his rate at 6'3", 245, pushing 250. He's dude getting strong. 4-star with his speed. Like I said, him and Yanzi, they're some of the more freakish athletes that you're going to see in the college football ranks. Tackling, very solid tackler. Going to impact hit, going to be a solid, a consistent tackler. Not got us. You're going to break too many tackles from. Form tackling is huge. Play recognition, IQ. I love what I saw from him with his reps last year. Got thrown into the fire in a lot of spots. You saw him learn and grow. If this was last year coming into the season, and what we got to see from him earlier, it would have been 2 stars, but he showed a lot of improvement. Run defense, edge containment, something that he grew in last year. Even in the spring game, I feel like he kind of stays steady there. His pursuit and coverage, I love his pursuit. Right? Meaning, the play's not coming my way. I'm getting to the ball. I'm being in on all the tackles. But his coverage, we saw him struggle and having to check off to these running backs or having to get into his drops. Want to see him be more consistent. We saw him also almost have a few plays last year where if he gets into his drops a lot better, he could be tipping that ball out, picking it off. And I think that's where he kind of displays and gets to show his skill set this year because he can do it. We see some highlights from high school. We saw him get a pick in the spring game against Austin Mack off the edge. So going to be excited to see that edge. And then pass rush, I think he's the best pass rusher. Him and Yanzi Pierre, I think they're the best pass rushers. 5 stars there. Give him overall rating of 4 stars. Overall rating of 4 stars. He averaged out like a 3.9 4-star rating with Justin Hill. Let's go next, Jordan. Let's go next. Was Justin Hill the last one? I was about to say that we got the freshman. We got the freshman coming up. Now, I got this young man here first, and I'm glad Jordan went this way because Jam Matthews, 41, if y'all didn't pay attention to the spring game, if y'all not paying attention to the reports, you're probably going to overlook them. One, being that, and this is where I believe if Duke Johnson can get up to this 245, 250 range, he will find a solid place in the edge rush / bandit room because you got a guy like Jamarian Matthews who's listed as a linebacker. You look at his frame, though, he gives you D lineman type frame, but skill set wise, linebacker, lateral speed, tackling, edge containment, all of that. The way that he can kind of hold up the edge is probably beyond his years. 6'2", 250 is hard to move him off the edge, but he's also slippery. He can provide solid pass rush. What you see from Desmond Zulu and Yanzi Pierre, I think you're going to get that from Demarion Matthews. He's going to be an edge asset for this defense. And for me, being a freshman and the bandit room being kind of surplus with the transfer guys, I think we're going to get to see him as a edge. But do not be surprised if he's throwing on the interior for like heavy sets in the red zone. I think they love the way that he can shoot gaps. He gets to the quarterback. Do not be surprised if you get in red zone and you need heavy sets and you see him at the second level standing up, right behind those interior defensive linemen because of how he can find the ball and the type of presence he brings. I think he's one of your more athletic linebackers in this room. The 4 stars at speed and acceleration. If you didn't pay attention to the spring game film, go watch it again. 41 is everywhere. Tackling, he's one of your better tacklers. Play recognition and IQ, him and Zay Griffin come from the same scheme, high school type of program, high school program where the defense they learn is next level. That's why you see them coming to the next level, and they transition very well. What's up, Nay? I see you in the TikTok chat over there. Wagwan. You up for my sister top of the morning. Then the run defense, I think that's where we're going to see him continue to improve, right? Just naturally in the right spots, always going to be physical. His pursuit and coverage, like I said, a second level at his frame and his size, gets into his drops well. You see those guys from G-Bill, they polished at the next level. All the defensive prospects that go to the next level, power 4, power 5, however you want to look at it, they are polished. Jam is another guy. Jamarian is one of those guys. And then his pass rush, I think that's where he specialized in. He kind of rose in his prospective profile during his final months of recruiting. He shut it down early to be committed to Alabama, but you saw a lot of schools dialing it up for him because of his hybrid build at that size and frame. Very much under the radar early in his recruiting, but towards the end, definitely garnered a lot of attention. It's the reason why. Just go watch the spring game again. Go look around for 41. He's all over that thing. You give him a solid 4.1 out of 5-star rating as a linebacker. Like I said, when we got him, even though he was a 3-star, right? I think he's going to be one of the good ones. He's going to be one of your Braswells, the Q Robs that kind of just underline behind so much talent, right? Combined with so much talent, going to be that X factor guy that changes games, as he continues to grow in his career. Next up, let's go. The man, the myth, the legend. Like I said, there were 2 linebackers in this linebacker group that I feel like were going to be the tone setters, the prototypical top-notch guys. When they leave Alabama, their legacy is going to be like, okay, that's the type of linebacker you want to be. Xavier Griffin, true freshman, number 11, another G-ville prospect out of Gainesville, Georgia. Man, these kids, I told you all, those guys, they got a next level defensive scheme that they've been brought up in throughout their high school careers. And he's a guy that's been playing at this high level, I want to say, since his freshman year as a linebacker, as a defensive asset. You can place him anywhere on the defense, safety, corner. Zay Griffin, I truly believe, can play at any spot on the defense and give you impact reps. 6'3", 225, right? Freshman frame. The guy just put on a lot of lean mass since he's been there. And I want to say, Sis said he's up to 230, 235 range, as he's consistently just building on that frame, which is kind of the focus for a lot of these freshmen when they get there, just to kind of pack on that frame and adjust it playing at that level and speed in their new bodies. But he's one of the fastest, one of the best tacklers. I gave him 5 stars in both of those areas. Play recognition and IQ, 4 stars. I think he's ready. I think he's ready right now. I think if Zay Griffin was thrown out there as a starter week 1 against Eastern Carolina, we would have a lot of things to be excited about watching him call out plays, diagnose defense, put guys in the right spot. I think he's ready to be a starter right now. His run defense, like I said, I only gave him 3 stars because he's a freshman. Let's just be honest. I think at this level, the type of climbs and things that he's going to see, they will be eye-opening, but it's not anything that's going to slow his development down. I think he's a fast learner. I've seen him come off the edge on a few blitzes in the A-Day game. I believe, honestly, would have been some questionable. Was that a live play? Was that not a sack? Could he have batted that ball? Could he have strip sack? Right. One of them, the pass that Russell got off to Darian Morgan, if that was another quarterback, I'm giving the edge to Griffin. Just being honest. He's that type of dude. So I think with everything that he's put on film throughout his prospective career at the high school level, the amount of time he has to develop with the guys in front of him at Alabama, he's primed and ready. His pass rush, like I said, is a pass rush asset. And he, to me, is going to be the guy when he leaves Alabama. I look at him, you look at the prospective ratings, 4.2. 4.2 is what he ends up rating out as overall out of 5 stars out of inside linebacker room. Zay Hall is next, I believe. I want to talk about this young man. One, I don't know if he's going to stay at the inside linebacker position with all of the linebacker prospects that we have on roster. I think at some point he will be transitioned, just like we kind of saw with Quay. I think people forget Quay was the inside linebacker prospect when he first got to Bama, and they moved him to the edge, and that's where we saw him thrive. I think you got the same situation with Zay Hall. And with his frame already being at 240, I think at some point he's got to get out there at that wolf position. And you kind of utilize him and Justin Hill. Justin Hill is a similar frame. I think Justin Hill is going to be a 255, 260 guy when it's all said and done. You mess around and you're able to have Abdul Sanders Jr., Zay Griffin, Zay Hall, and Justin Hill as your 4 linebackers on the field with a London Simmons and a Corey Howard interior, or a I'm talking young guys, Nolan Wilson, and I'm talking about a light front, a big front that can be light. Nolan Wilson could get in that interior. Desmond Tompkins, and I mean, and we're just names, guys. You get these type of frames out there, this defense can be super dangerous. This defense can be super dangerous, and that's why I love talking about guys like Zay Hall. He's a linebacker asset, inside linebacker. You see him flying around making plays in A-Day game. But you look at 34 coming off the edge, you kind of have to just wait. You kind of have to just wonder, how long can we keep him on roster and not let him come off the edge? Somebody's going to see that man's practice film, and they're going to be barking to get him from off this roster. And hopefully we can get some things in place before all that tampering and stuff happens, right? Hopefully we get some things in place, because we got a crazy group of linebackers. And last but not least, we got one more linebacker we're going to talk about. We got one more, right? Or was that it? I think Zahar was last. Okay, that was it. So there go all of our player ratings for the linebackers, man. I hope y'all was able to kind of track along with that. If you're watching Post Live and scrolling back through, check out for the shorts. We're going to be releasing some shorts. Just going to kind of outline a lot of these guys, group them together, and make sure that we're keeping the content in front of y'all, man. If you enjoyed that, man, drop some W's in the chat. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We'll get to our phone call segments again next week. Like I said, well, no, July. The first week of July is when we'll start kicking off the call-in show, live call-in show. Until then, we'll just keep coming in and having conversations and topics here, opening up the door for you all to comment and leave your thoughts. Reply to as much as you want. Get in on the shorts, get in on the cuts, and let me know your thoughts. And then also get on the phone lines, leave a voicemail. If you want to leave a voicemail, the phone number is 334-625-1121. You can call in, leave a voicemail, say your name, put me in the game, Coach Smook, and leave the topic. Just let me know what you want to talk about, or ask a question. Coach Smook, who do you think is going to be the starter week 1 at Alabama, the quarterback? Who's going to be QB1? I think it's going to be such and such because it is. Let me know your thoughts. Put me in the game, Coach. Hang up. I'll reply to it live on the show. We'll make a short of it. Get your voices heard here on the Coach Smook Network. We're all about our community engagement and growing, y'all. So, without further ado, man, we're going to go ahead and close on and get up out of here. I want to give a shout out to my producer, my team. Shout out to Jordan for being in the back on 1s and 2s. Shout out to Mary J for holding it down. Shout out to Amanda for getting our clips and our shorts posted. Shout out to the rest of the team, all of my mods in the back doing their thing on all the platforms, making sure we keep the chats clean, tapping and sharing and getting us out of here. Real quick before you get out of here, remember, you could join the AAA family by doing this. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Check it out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
To it. Hey, appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Hey, so before we get up out of here, I just want to let y'all know We're gonna try to do it live tonight. We're gonna try to get some vibes going. If not, growling at somebody? Oh, I thought he was growling at somebody. But I plan on going live on TikTok. I want to do some gaming content today. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing against users, but I do want to just live and get some clips and things. We got this content that we were doing replaying last season if I was the coach. So we're gonna start that back up. We got some edits we got to post on that, all that stuff. Make sure y'all check out the gaming channel, the Coach Smook gaming content, and then the Coach Smook Reacts channel. Hey, Coach Smook Reacts, we got a lot of reactions we're going to be doing. It's not just sports reactions, fan reactions. We got police chase videos, all that stuff. So make sure y'all tap in and all the platforms at Coach Smook. Make sure you're following. And y'all see the new setup, man. Y'all see all the teams being represented. We're going to be collabing with a lot of content creators that represent these different fan bases. So AAA family, as we continue to grow, just recognize, man, we got love for everybody. We talk all college football. I love SEC football, but I love college football in general. Bring your thoughts, bring your conversation here on the Coach Smook Network. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be blessed.
Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you're a fair weather fan. They tried to box me in, and I kicked the dough off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide, man.